Every week a new AI tool goes viral on social media. Meanwhile, the companies actually shipping billion-dollar products quietly use a different set of tools that most people never hear about. Here are 7 of them, along with how to use them without spending a fortune on subscriptions. Tool 1, Cursor. Not a chatbot, a full code editor with an AI pair programmer built in. Engineering teams at major startups have quietly switched to it because it reads entire code bases, writes features end-to-end, and cuts development time by roughly 40%. If you write software for a living and you have not tried it, you are slower than your competition. One senior engineer at a Series B fintech recently told us his team cut their sprint length from 2 weeks to 8 days after adopting it. Tool 2, Granola. Meeting notes, but the good version. It listens silently, turns conversations into structured summaries with action items, and links context from your previous meetings. Product managers use it so aggressively that some teams now refuse to accept meeting requests without it running. Product decisions stop getting lost in 30 Slack threads. Tool 3, Warp. A terminal with AI built in. Sounds niche. Is massive. Developers spend hours in terminals, and Warp turns natural language like find everything touched in the last week into an actual command. Saves hours every sprint. If you work on Linux or Mac OS for a living, this alone can reclaim 3 to 5 hours a week. Tool 4, 11 Labs. Voice cloning and synthesis that crosses the uncanny valley. Podcast editors, e-learning companies, and software companies building voice interfaces all use it. The quality is now indistinguishable from a real recording in many cases. Audio engineers are mixed on what this means for their industry, but the tech is here and growing fast. Tool 5, Runway. Video generation and editing. If you have seen a slick ad recently with impossible camera moves or scenes that clearly could not have been filmed, Runway probably made it. Agencies are using it to kill shoots that used to cost 6 figures. One marketing team we spoke to replaced a $90,000 commercial shoot with a Runway workflow for under $800. Here is the crazy part. The client could not tell. Tool 6, Notion AI combined with a vector database. Not Notion alone, which everyone knows. The combination lets teams build internal search that actually works. Ask a question like, what did we decide about pricing in 2024, and get the answer instantly, not 50 links. Companies with years of scattered docs are finally searchable for the first time in their history. Tool 7, Replit Agent. Describe the app you want in plain English. Watch it get built, deployed, and linked to a live URL while you sip coffee. Founders are prototyping entire business ideas in an afternoon for free. You might think this sounds like hype. It is not. The demos are real, and the prototypes are shipping. The thing that makes these tools powerful is not any one of them individually. It is stacking them. A product manager records the customer call in Granola, feeds the transcript into Cursor where an AI engineer builds the feature, uses Replit to deploy a demo, and then 11 Labs to generate the explainer video. What used to take a team of 6, 3 weeks, one person can now do in a day. This compounds. The teams that learn to stack them are pulling ahead, and the gap is widening quarterly. For regular businesses and solo professionals, here is the practical advice. Pick one bottleneck in your work. The repetitive task that eats your mornings. Match it to exactly one of these tools. Spend a weekend learning it properly, not a 15-minute YouTube tutorial. That is worth more than reading 100 AI newsletters. Most of these tools have generous free tiers that let you test before paying a cent. The companies winning in 2026 are not the ones with the biggest AI budgets. They are the ones with the best AI workflows. Tools do not create the advantage. How you chain them does. One more tip. Once you have a workflow that saves you 5 hours a week, document it and teach a colleague. That is how you become the indispensable person in your company, not the replaceable one. The people losing in this wave are not the people scared of AI. They are the people using it exactly like everyone else. Pick one bottleneck, match it to one tool from this list, commit a full weekend to learning it properly, and then layer in a second tool next month. In 90 days you will be shipping work that took teams of 6 to produce 2 years ago. The gap is real. It is widening. Start closing it this week.